Journey to Fairyland by Aarjish Ghose. Shiva, the little girl, with her rabbit Ribby, decided to go to the fairyland. Her doll Ryu becomes alive whenever Shiva plans to go on a new venture. One night, they took a boat and started their voyage to the fairyland that Shiva reads in the fairy tales. After a long journey, they arrived at an empty land. Fairies saw them. Unknown to the trio, the fairies were testing them whether they were worthy of being in the fairyland. The very first test was the kindness test. While exploring, they came across an old man who had a heavy burden of firewood on his head. Although a bit reluctant at first, they decided to help him anyway. Fairies were delighted watching the trio got through the first test. The man thanked them and showed them the way to the fairyland. As they headed towards fairyland, they came across the castle of Orb. Only pure heart could resist the temptation to go inside, as the old man mentioned earlier. Even though Shiva and Ribby were tempted, the doll resisted and pulled them out just as the door was about to close. So, they cleared the second test also. The trio reached the fairyland to be welcomed by a group of fairies who showed them around the beautiful fairyland and gave them delicious food to eat. After a while, they felt homesick and asked the fairies to send them home. The fairies smiled and whisked them away back home.